Right. And we skip the regulations committee. part,
Yep.
So we just.
Yep. Separate.
All right. Welcome to the June 11th LSP board meeting. I'm Diane Baxter, Chair of the LSP board. Board encourages interactive participation. To that end, I encourage you, I guess all board members anyway, to turn your cameras on and ensure your cell phones are on silent mode. I will now proceed with the roll call to establish who the board is participating in today's meeting and to confirm quorum. So, David Austin,
Yes.
Gail Batchelder.
Are they ready? Is anyone on screen?
Oh, Gail's not in yet.
Okay. Does anyone have their camera on? Are we in?
Yeah, Paul McKinley, I got my camera on.
Patrick Heron now.
We just see the outline, Chris.
Gail or me?
Of the agenda, because I think we're looking at Matt's screen.
Yeah, the main screen is my screen, Chris, and then we see a little up in the right corner, your screen scrolling down the same agenda.
Oh, huh. I might have to move into the conference room then.
Oh, foiled your plan.
Yeah. If you want to, yeah. Yeah, let me, Matt, I'm gonna hand over duties to you for 30 seconds so I can move back into the conference room.
Okay, not sure what that means, but go.
Oh, we can just wait.
Yeah, that just means you're the host. So now I can log off, move into the conference room, and then you can give me the hosting duties again.
Shall I continue with
Oh, it's
roll
always
call?
I guess you can do the roll call.
Oh, no, we can see. Okay, so I'll continue with the roll call. Gail Batchelder,
Yes.
Abby Campbell, Craig Ellis, Kirk Franklin.
Yes.
Patrick Heron,
Yes.
Greg McBride. Paul McKinley,
Yes.
Jamie Smith. And Diane.
Did we lose the conference room?
Yeah, I think we lost the conference room.
Looks like we lost him.
I know Kathy's on vacation.
Craig, you can hear me, right? Kirk?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you. I just turned my video off since I'm eating.
Fair enough.
Excellent.
Okay, now let me just.
Now everybody's blurry.
Oh, whatever, I have blur on.
Okay, we don't.
Make for a good public meeting.
So I'm sharing, we're recording.
Okay,
Everything look good?
and we have people, okay, so just to go back to the roll call people that we missed the first time, Craig Ellis.
Here.
And Greg McBride.
Yes, I'm here.
So the only one is Kathy. All right, let's see, and Chris, are there participants?
Yes.
Outside participants?
Just go slow when you read their names, so you know now.
Okay.
What could be time to find them?
Okay. So, members of the public. We have 3. Michelle Zelch, Nancy Fitzpatrick, and Wendy Rundle. And you have all the participants from the board, correct? Craig Ellis?
All except Kathy. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is the Continuing Education Committee, and I'd like to turn it over to David.
Sure. Well, let's see. TA meeting. I don't have anything to add or announcements. Meeting minutes from last month. Any comments? Corrections? Move to approve?
Second.
We'll move to approve.
Second. Okay. We have to do a roll call. Right? Yes is approving the meeting minutes from last month. Greg?
Yes,
I'm a yes. Gail?
Yes.
Kurt?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
And Craig?
Yes.
Great. For new business, we have 2 course approval requests and a course reoffering. The first course approval request is EVC 1.5 hours technical, was a live webinar in May on remediation technologies for ascending professionals. And yeah, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any comments from the public or the board? A yes is approving. Greg?
yes,
David's a yes. Gail?
Yes.
Kurt?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
And Craig?
Yes.
Does EBC, I know it's volunteer group of people put these on, I've done it myself, but do they know that requests are supposed to come in before the offerings, or did this one come in?
A little bit late.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can remind them, when I send the approval, they kind of form to remind them to get it in before, but they come in late.
the second one is PACE Analytical Services, best practices for air monitoring programs. I attended this. It was 2 hours live webinar, and it looks like they want to do future on demand. I didn't see anything in the request for future on demand. They're still going to have the questions at the end.
Yeah, so the email that was in the packet, last page of the attachment does confirm they were polling questions.
So they obviously applied to a lot of different state programs, and you had to do, and this shouldn't be the norm for all of our courses, but they did 8 polling questions and a 10-question quiz that you had to get 7 out of 10 correct, and only be able to take it once. You get the 2 hours. So that was their attendance,
Okay,
was the polling questions and the quiz.
so they did more than what was required.
Exactly. I know. It was good. It was a good program. A lot of it was on a New Jersey regulation. Massachusetts doesn't necessarily have one, but it was still applicable to the state. I thought it was good.
So this was a previous offering as well, that course 1735. back in
Was it?
2021.
Oh,
So this new, it's really a reoffering. They did add the one topic for New Jersey regulations, so they had 11 topics they discussed. And then, the New Jersey regs was the only thing that was new
okay.
this time around. And then the on-demand offering was new, and one of the instructors was new.
So are we approving it to have a letter at?
Yeah, I think that'd be appropriate.
Okay,
Motion to approve?
second. Any other discussion from the board or public? Yes is approving. Greg,
Yes.
David's a yes. Gail,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes,
and Craig.
Yes.
The last one is the course reoffering, Mass DEP requests for one DEP regulatory credit and one technical credit. Previously it was live and they now are going to put it on demand with a 5-question quiz at the end. Will this have another letter on it?
Yeah, so,
Previous course doesn't.
this will be actually the third time
Yeah.
it's been offered. 2016 was the first time for 1.5 credits. Then last September for 2 credits, it was a totally in-person event.
Yeah,
And they had a tour of their facility in Honoric Chicopee. So this is gonna be just an on-demand, based off the video tape recording of that September event. So
right,
it'll be 1575, I think we should put it B.
sure. So motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion from the public or the board? A yes is approving. Greg,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Gail,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Diane,
yes.
and Craig.
Yes.
So that's it. West,
I'll just add that the attendance forms will be sent out to the course providers in the next couple of days. The updated course listing will be on the website with these new courses in the next couple of days as well.
great. And so the next meeting will be August 13th. Ending the meeting at 12:14.
Okay, next is the professional conduct committee meeting. I'd like to turn it over to Jamie.
I've already done a roll call sheet for that. All right. Call the board of professional conduct committee meeting at 12:15. Procedures or additions to the agenda? Hearing none. Review of the minutes of draft minutes of May 14th, any comments? Minutes for last month.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Okay. Roll call vote to approve. David,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Craig,
Is it Greg or Craig?
Greg, sorry,
Yes.
Kirk.
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Diane,
yes.
and Jamie's a yes. So adopted. Moving on to old business. Review of the active cases.
Can you open the active cases, dude?
I can do this. The first case on the list, 05C07. There's been no word yet. This is the one where we're awaiting a date for oral argument at the appeals court. There's been no development. The next one, 08C03, we will be discussing in quasi today. The next one, 12C01, we are not acting on this one right now. For 18C01, the CRT is still actively working on this one and looking to schedule a second interview with the LSP in the near future. Number 5, 18C02, this is the one that's waiting on me to have some additional time to pick this one back up and move forward. I'm hoping to be able to do that in the next month or two, so we can pick this back up and finalize it. 6/21C01, the CRT is meeting with the LSP for an interview this coming Monday. And that's it.
You. And update on complaint 23C01.
If I can do that, 23C01. The screening team had a meeting on May 24th. And the screening team discussed the complaint and the LSP response and some additional correspondence from the parties. At issue was the submittal of a pending report to DEP that was past due. The screening team decided to allow additional time for the submittal of the report before making a formal recommendation to the full board. So the screening team plans to meet again later this month to further discuss the matter.
Any other communication with the LSP?
No, nothing to add.
Okay, thank you. Is there any new business? I'm hearing none. Next meeting will be August 13th, hybrid. And we'll adjourn. 12:18.
All right. So now we'll go into the main board meeting. Call to order at 12:19. Does anyone have any announcements? I do not. Or any additions, changes to the agenda? Nope, hearing none, we'll adopt the draft agenda. All right. Review of draft minutes. Does anyone have any comments on the draft minutes from last month?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any comments? All right, no comments. Yes is to approve last month's minutes. David,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Craig,
yes,
Patrick,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
let's
Paul.
close it.
Other-
Oh, there you
There he
go.
is.
Also, yes.
Paul.
Oh, yes, sorry, I was paused.
Jamie
Yes.
and Diane, yes. Okay.
Here.
All right, ARPs. Matt?
Yeah. So this is number 5, it's just regarding licensing of applicants. ARP number 339. It'd be Kathy, Kirk, and Greg for applicant Jane Park and Coleman, number 5450. The ARP met on April 4th and then again on May 20th. They had requested the applicant to clarify and document their RPE that was stated, and which we subsequently provided, or which they subsequently provided to the ARP after that request. This applicant has 16 plus years of TPE with 6.8 years of RPE as stated in their application, with the primary background enrolled as a risk assessor. The discussion revolved around principal decision-making experience for a risk assessor who was part of project teams. After much discussion and deliberation, the ARP voted 2-1 to recommend that the board find the applicant eligible to take the exam. With that, to be request for board action.
Okay. So we need to do a roll call vote for, okay, so does anyone, I guess I'd move to approve the applicant?
Approve the recommendation from
Approve the
the ARP.
Okay, approve the recommendation from the ARP.
Second.
Any discussion?
And is anybody recused?
There was no recusals
Okay,
by anybody from the board.
Okay, yes is to approve the recommendation. David,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
and Diane, yes. All right, next is renewal applications. Let's see.
What's the docket?
Okay, so the first docket is three people, and this is for renewal date July 30th this year, new expiration July 30th of 2027. So sort of standard process.
Motion to approve renewal document number 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All right. Yes is to approve. David,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes. Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
and Diane, yes. Okay, the second renewal docket is for a renewal date from January. That will have a new expiration date of July 30. Alan Hanscom. Any comments on that?
What is the shift on the expiration date was for the January to July?
Yeah, so this was an LSP that their license lapsed on February 1st, and then they subsequently submitted a renewal application probably like a month ago, 2 weeks ago. So their
Okay.
new renewal date will be 3 years, July 30th, after the board approves their application.
Motion to approve docket 2.
Second? Any discussion? Okay, yes is to approve. David,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes. Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
and Diane, yes. Okay, renewal status report. Matt?
There's 43 LSPs on the renewal roster for the July 30th group. And we just went through 4 today on the renewal docket. And the rest have until July 30th to submit their renewal application or 90-day extension request.
All right, thank you. Any other renewal related matters?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's see, so 7 other licensing related matters. First, scheduling of future ARP.
There's no pending queue, so none at this time.
Okay, thank you. And inactive status report.
Yep, so for inactives, we still have the 2 listed. For active LSPs, we're currently at 417. In regards to our annual retreat work, we still have 5 outstanding that have not paid their 2024 annual fees. So the deadline for payment is going to be the end of this month, so they have until June 30th to avoid revocation. Let's see, for the Acela portal update. We currently still have the same remaining 10 LSPs that remain unlinked. So this most likely will be our last report out regarding LSPs, since this number hasn't changed in a couple.
Yeah, we're thinking that there isn't any value to keep reporting about what's going on with the Acela because it seems to be working now, and the only issue is some LSPs haven't linked and likely are not going to.
So the 5 who haven't paid, have they acknowledged receiving correspondence?
Well, for one of them, for example, he had reached out and asked, I think he was on a different status, explained it to him, still owe the fee, haven't come back.
Okay,
So they are getting emails, it's just whether they're opening
No, that's
or
fine.
reading.
They also got a letter.
I was gonna say, can we send them certified
Yeah.
if they're gonna get revoked?
So my guess is they don't care for some
Right,
reason.
that's all we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done our due diligence.
Thanks.
Overboard. Gone way beyond what would be necessary for individuals who have a responsibility. But thank you for your efforts.
Okay, exams. Matt, do you have an exam committee report, please?
The exam committee is rolling along. They meet twice a month, 2 hours apiece. The last met on May 22nd and June 5th, and they are continuing to go through the existing exam questions, evaluate any necessary changes due to the MCP amendments and other changes to DEP guidance documents. And the committee is also working on new questions with the goal of preparing a 4th exam. Next meeting is on June 26th.
All right. Very good, thank you. Okay, continuing education committee.
Yeah, we met today.
Yep,
We met today and we approved 2 offerings and 1 re-offering, and the next meeting is in August.
all right,
And we approved the meeting minutes from last.
thank you. And Jamie, can you give a professional conduct committee report?
Yeah, not today, and other than approving the minutes, just reviewed the active disciplinary cases, one of which will be discussed quasi today. And next meeting is in August.
Do we need to give a report of the regulations subcommittee?
That's later, that's our regulation amendments update later.
Oh, okay,
So I'll do it there.
okay. I noted it was on the agenda at the front of the meeting.
Yep.
Okay, personnel budget and report of LSP board paper files project.
I don't really have much to report, nothing new on the personnel front. There really isn't much on the budget front either. The board needs to provide some proposed numbers by early July. And I would just do the same numbers that we've done up to now. And for the LSP board paper files project, I had hoped to be done by now. I'm not quite done. I'm taking another month or so and I'll be done with whatever forms we need to do, and I realized there were a couple more boxes I had to look through, so that's moving along, and I'm hoping to have that behind the board in the near future.
I'm gonna miss that project.
Well, it's kind of like when I come in the office, that's kind of like my mindless day, I just like look through documents and stuff.
Okay, status of board member vacancies, we still have one vacancy on the environment seat, and we do have an applicant, and Terry and I have an appointment to speak to that person, I believe it's later this week, right?
Yep.
So hopefully we'll have some news by next time. Other business, here we go, Terry, regulations update.
Yes, so the report is that the regulations subcommittee met this morning for about an hour and a half. We made it about halfway through an updated red line document that I prepared. We plan to next meet the morning of the August board meeting to hopefully get our way through the rest of that document in the hopes of preparing a next version of the document for the subcommittee to review and approve, and then after that, we would hopefully move things along to the full board for a review and vote.
Great. Thank you. Any other discussion of anything? All right. Hearing none, our next meeting is scheduled for August 13th. We'll continue with the same platform and approach. And at the close of the meeting, the board will enter into a quasi judicial session and not return to public session. I believe everyone has been sent a link.
Yep.
Already. All right, with that, we'll adjourn at 12:24. 34.